My mom used to say, the most important dish is not this, whoa, it's not the main dish, it's the dessert. It's the last one, sweet, nice, and make everybody happy. So this is the last presentation of today. I hope you can enjoy and feel sweet and nice. I am Pedro Cordero from JETRO, Japan External Trade Organization. JETRO is a government-related agency that promotes between Japan and whole world investment and export. Well, the trade. Today, we're going to have three amazing startups that belongs to completely different sectors. But they have one thing in common, and the common word is life. One of them will save and wants to save life curing cancer. They are right now investigating and hope in 5, 6 years can be real, this one. Another one will save workers' life through a really simple but effective device for prevention of heat stroke. And another one will save the planet water, saving the 80% of the water that we use when we wash our hands and other things, because I don't want to show you everything, because I'm just a presenter. So I hope you can enjoy the presentation. Come on, Alex, come up here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pedro, and thank you all for coming. What I want to do today is create symbiosis between people and planet through knowledge and innovation, because that's what we do at Digitecano. But more concretely, we are Japan's #1 water-saving company. However, today, I want to talk about more than just water. Before that, however, I want to address some of the issues that we want to solve. And the biggest one, of course, is water. Now, we don't tend to think so much about water scarcity in Europe, because we feel like we have enough. But actually, with the global warming, with the increase of droughts, water scarcity is becoming bigger and bigger concern, to the point where it costs almost 9 billion to the EU every year. Additional issue is food waste. Now, again, we're rich countries. We throw away so much food, and we don't tend to think that much about it. But if food waste were a country, it would be the 5th biggest producer of greenhouse gas emissions after Italy. So you can imagine the scale and the impact. And the way we want to solve these issues is a 3-step approach. We want to save resources, we want to reuse resources, and we want to improve the current environment. So let's get into it. The first resource that we want to save is, of course, water. We save water in 2 ways. On one side, we reduce the flow rate, so the amount of water coming out. On the other side, we also improve the cleaning power. So we reduce the time that it takes you to do your washing. And we do that in any kind of environment. We do that in toilets, we do that in bathrooms, and we do that for any type of faucet imaginable. As a result, in Japan, our customers in total save every year as much water as all of the city of Osaka uses in 1 month. And that shouldn't surprise you that much, because over 80% of major restaurant chains in Japan utilize our products and our technologies, and almost 50% of supermarket chains. Now, the next thing we save is time. We do that with our next very particular innovation, which is the first dishware in the world that you can wash with only water, nothing else. Using advanced nanotechnology, for the first time in dishware, you can wash grease, oils, and even lipstick stains or even marker stains with just water, nothing else, in just a couple of seconds. So what's the impact of that? Well, average person spends more than 9 days a year, 24 hours every day, just doing the dishes. And we can get that amount to just over 5 hours. So you can imagine the impact as well. But even more importantly, we remove the the detergent from the equation, which not only improves the environment, causes no damage, but it's also beneficial for the human health, because every day we ingest microscopic amounts of detergents with every meal. And that's actually linked to diseases like allergies and even autoimmune disease. So overall, what we want to do is we want to save 99% with our total solutions of the water and the CO2 generated by that water used in your kitchens and other environments. And this solution has been recognized with the Red Dot Design Award and also with Japan's biggest energy conservation award. Now, we've not only had results in Japan domestically, we've also expanded in different countries around the world, especially in the Middle East. In Saudi Arabia, which is one of the world's biggest, one of the world's countries with least amount of water, we've been able to save 80%, 80, from the total water used in mosques and prayer rooms. And they have 94,000 mosques and prayer rooms around Saudi Arabia. So, the next one, we've also been able to save 20 to 50% of the total amount of water used in commercial buildings, like restaurants and hotels. Now, so much about saving. Next one is reuse. We want to reutilize resources that are normally wasted. And that's why our system is called table to table, because what comes around goes around. So let me show you how that works. We already talked about the savings. We do that here in the sink part. That's how I explained so far. What we do next is we allow you to throw away all of your food waste after you have your meal at home, at a restaurant, anywhere. Throw away all of the food waste directly into the sink, where it goes into our disposer, it gets shredded, and we send it to a biotank, which is no longer in your home. It's common for the entire neighborhood, for a big area. There we process it very quickly into sustainable green fertilizer, which can be utilized in any kind of farming environment, from hydroponics to traditional farming, to even aquaponics and even algae farming, to create produce, which again goes back to your table. So as a result, after we save 99% water, we reuse all of the food waste, all of the gray water together into something useful, into something actually productive. And the last part of our solution is improving the current environment. So through this green fertilizer that we create, we can actually improve the soil quality. We do that by the composition itself. So we improve the soil microbiome, which allows for better water retention and water absorption. And it creates bigger yields faster. It's a process much faster than composting. It can take as little as only 3 hours to 1 month, whereas composting takes 6 to 12 months, maybe 3 to 12 months. And most importantly, it releases no greenhouse gas emissions throughout the process, which is revolutionary. As a result, again, we can improve plant yields in agriculture by up to 40% over long periods of time. So it's a sustained improvement. This test, for example, is over a period of 5 years. And we actually reduce nitrate content, which is, again, detrimental to the human health. So we are Digitecano. This is our leadership team, who have startup expertise and expertise in various large companies. And the free solutions that we have for you today, the free offers, is we want to help you reduce utility costs, we want to reach to the carbon markets together, and we want to improve sustainability KPIs internally. Thank you very much, and if you're interested, our booth is 94.
So this is my grandmother. And sadly, I lost her to cancer last year, and it was devastating for me. And the last words that she told me was, "Rika, please make innovative and novel cancer drugs that work for patients like me who don't have a cure already, and so that we don't have to say no more sad goodbyes like us." And I am proud to say that I am doing just that today at Red Arrow Therapeutics, where we harness the power of nanotechnology to save the lives of our loved ones. Existing immunotherapy is a novel and very strong cancer treatment option. However, it is very toxic and can be life-threatening life-threatening adverse events can happen due to using these drugs. And actually, only 80% of patients actually benefit from this drug because their immune systems are already over-fatigued and cannot fight the cancer cells. So that's when our solution comes in. Our patented nanopolymers wrap around this very effective but toxic drug and creating a capsule that shields your body from these adverse events. And these capsules travel throughout your body, and then when it reaches the tumor environment, it precisely opens up, sensing the lowering of pH, which is lower than the rest of the body near the tumor site. And then the cancer drug pops out of the capsule, which is very strong but very toxic, but it is very precise, so the toxicity is limited. And there, this immune-boosting drug recruits all the immune cells back into the cancer site so that the cancer is killed. With this novel mode of action, patients like my grandmother and loved ones of yours can be saved. We are targeting non-small cell lung cancer and bladder cancer, a very large market of about $12 billion in size. We have multiple preclinical data, but from there, I will show you one. Mice was contaminated with cancer that developed in the lungs and metastasized to started from the breast and metastasized to the lung. And there, our drugs, in combination with existing immunotherapy, cleared out all the cancer niches, as you can see on the graph in the right, and the survival extended significantly. This is a very crowded space, including the well-known Moderna. However, we excel over them in the variety of indications, not just skin local injections, but also systemic injections, which lead to higher efficacy and safety compared to our competitors. And as I mentioned, we are early in the preclinical stages, the animal model stages. However, we are planning to expand our experiments and do manufacturing as well, and start our first in-human trials in 2026. So far, we are doing cancer drugs. However, we are doing more than just that. Our capsules can encapsulate more than immune-boosting drugs, but also antibodies and mRNA, which can also treat diseases such as inflammatory diseases, rheumatoid arthritis, or many others. And we are right now collaborating with 2 pharmaceuticals in Japan to do collaborative research for cancer and beyond. My company was co-founded by Takuya and Horacio from the University of Tokyo, and they were from academia, and I myself was in Astellas and Pfizer, and also Louis is an immuno-oncology expert from pharma. And so with the expertise of academia and pharma, we are creating a new strategic plan to win this business. So far, we have raised $5.5 million from mainly major 4 Japanese investors, VCs. And right now, we are raising $2.5 million, and with an additional total of $60 million, we can get to phase 2 in the human clinical trials. So we need your support and involvement to save the lives of our loved ones. So please join us. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, it's hot, so be careful before going outside and playing football or going outside. Because this is something that my mom used to tell me every single time before I used to go play footy in the summertime. This is something that not just the parents tell the children, but also companies and managers tend to tell their employees, because there's no better way of preventing heat strokes from happening. However, this advice underscores the importance and dangers of heat strokes, because in between 2003 and 2022, approximately 125,800 heat-related deaths happened in Europe, making it the top killer among natural disasters. In light of this, many governments and companies are trying to imply the safety of their workers, more specifically when it comes to heat strokes and the casualties that has been caused by it. This is exactly what we, by Data Bank, have to offer. We aim to enhance the safety of the workers through the prevention of heat stroke. And we do this through our revolutionary Heat Stroke Watch, which prevents heat strokes before they happen. The way it works is through our core patent technology integrated in this very light bracelet. It constantly tracks the changes of your core body temperature, and through our innovative sensor that's located on the wrist. Now, an alarm will be triggered if the core body temperature will reach a dangerous or unstable stage. The way of usage of Canaria Plus is very simple. You must always wear it before you start working. If the LED light is green, then that means you can perform your tasks with no problem. However, if the LED light turns red, you have to be careful, because what this means is that your core body temperature is fluctuating and that you could be at risk of having a heat stroke. When this happens, do not panic, just take a breather, do as much as to do to stay hydrated, and stay on the shades. Once the LED light turns back to green, which usually takes from 5 to 10 minutes, you can go back to performing your task with no problem. Now, to show the reliability of Canaria Plus, we have received, after careful evaluation from medical committees, we have received recommendations and appraisal from organizations and companies, such as the French Organization of the Workers' Safety in the construction industry, as well as the European aircraft manufacturer of Airbus. Now, having sold over more than 500,000 units in the last 4 years to major contractors, transportation companies, manufacturers, and electrical power companies, we have set ourselves as a leading company in intelligent heat stroke prevention technology. Now, the heat issue is worsening not just in Europe, but all over the world. And we aim to further develop and enhance the safety of much more people. Together, we can prevent heat strokes before they happen. Join us in making the workspace safer and healthier. Now, my name is Jaime Andres Gracia. I represent by Data Bank. Thank you so much for listening. I know it's a long day. Glad to be the last one presenting. So thank you very much for listening.
So, thank you very much, and I hope that what I said in the first time, the last dessert is sweet and nice, and I hope that you enjoyed these 20 minutes. Thank you very much. Thank you to the startups, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.